Hello and welcome to another episode of BikeRadar Diaries, which is all about what we like to get up to here at BikeRadar. This week,
we're doing something pretty terrifying. We are at the Bristol South CC Chew Lake TT, which is a weekly time trial series throughout the summer. And this week, I'm going to be riding it on something pretty special.
Yes, we're going to find out if Jack on this retro Dave Lloyd from the 1990s maybe?
Maybe mid-80s, we don't actually know.
Yeah, can beat me on my very modern, very fast Giant TCR road bike.
Now obviously Joe is a far greater athlete than I, has much more training than me, but one would hope that this, which you could argue is kind of the pinnacle of 1990s aero tech, is hopefully going to be faster than the TCR, but maybe not. Bikes have come a long way, so let's find out.
A little bit more information about this TT. It's 8.5 miles long. The fast time is around the 20-minute mark, isn't it? Yeah. Jack's fastest time ever is 21 minutes, so it'll be interesting to see if he can beat that on this, and it'll be even more interesting to see if he can beat me on a regular modern road bike and Jack on this retro 90s insane aero machine. So how are you feeling about this?
I'm actually quite nervous because I know it's going to hurt a lot, but also the bike is of quite dubious origins, and although it feels fine going up and down this car park, it's quite windy.
Name the top 3 things that are worrying you about the bike.
I'll show you the first one. The flex of this cockpit is absolutely terrifying, let alone a good 25 centimeters of extension, what looks like just bent plumbing piping. Tires are what, about 16 mil wide and they're very old.
Wonderfully aged. Wonderfully aged. Finally,
believe it or not, it's not this. It's not the fact the flexible, soft tail system is on there. It's the fact it's got a disc wheel. I have never ridden a disc wheel before, so in windy conditions like this, it's inevitably going to make me poo my pants. So yeah, those are the top 3 things I'm most anxious about. Of course, the thing that you're scared of, Joe, is me beating you.
Yeah, that's something that worries me almost daily, is the time when you finally beat me. It could be today, but we'll have to see. Although I have got this Giant TCR Advanced, which you may have seen in some other videos. It's probably the bike I'm going to ride for hill climbs this year, but it's also a great bike for doing TTs. And I think I've done about a 20-minute effort before, a 20-minute time trial effort, so if I can beat that, that'd be great. But we're full of excuses, aren't we? We haven't been riding much. I've just got a new dog. It loves wearing on my S-Work shoes, so that's been keeping me busy, but quite looking forward to having a good kind of smash up round the lake. Another problem we're having is our camera operator Felix can't attach the GoPro to the crazy bars. How's it going?
I think we found a magic shim that will do it, hopefully. Here we go.
Oh no.
Oh.
Didn't fit?
No fit. No fit.
We heard you go by then, you can hear it from miles off.
Oh,
that sounded fast.
Incredible.
How's my position? It's alright, yeah, like it shrugs you up into a nice...
As well as a physical danger, I think these tired old grips and the shifters are possibly a biohazard as well. It's a fun fact, grip shift was actually originally invented for drop bars and time trialing before it found fame in mountain bikes.
Jack looks fast. Trying to stand his wheel then, it was hard to follow him. You had me there.
No, hang on, I'm gonna get the GoPro.
On over today.
1. Off he goes! Go on, Joe!
Go on, Jack!
Oh, it's a bit sick.
How was that then, Joe?
Oh, rough.
So you're properly going for it at the end, saddle, out the saddle.
Yeah. So hopefully Jack won't be too far off now. Just waiting for Jack now. Don't think this is him. No, someone looking fast. Yeah. Go on, Jack! Go on, pedal! Go!
Oh God, almighty. I don't think I got a single shift right on it. Every single time I'd go, oh no, that's harder. Oh, the corners. Oh my God, it's so scary in the corner. It's like the whole fork kind of falls up behind it. But you know what I did?
I think 18.
That's alright.
Yeah, that's good.
That's fine for me. What did you do?
17.
It slipped once on the, look, if you push it hard enough, it slips on like a, there you go. That was quite alarming when that happened. That was really hard.
So as you now know, because he is sitting right here next to me, Jack didn't crash during the TT, although at one point I was kind of worried that he had. But I'm sure you're all dying to hear the results.
However, we have a little bit of housekeeping first. Due to some roadworks, the course was shortened from the usual like 8.5 miles down to a little bit over 7. So although we can't compare our times to previous times we've tried the TT, we can compare our times. A true clash of cycling media titans.
And I'm going to need my notes for this bit. I am pleased to reveal that Jack did a pretty respectable time of 18 minutes and 18 seconds over those 7.3 miles, equating to an average speed of around 24 miles an hour. Pretty fast. However, unfortunately for Jack, I managed to complete the course in 17 minutes and 28 seconds, averaging just over 25 miles an hour.
Yes, remarkably, Joe, a better trained athlete overall and a far more experienced cyclist than me, somehow, despite being on the cutting edge of 90s aerotech, he somehow beat me. It will remain a mystery forevermore. Not that any of that matters though, because we obviously just do it for the fun. There's no competition involved whatsoever. And the evening time trials is definitely one of the best ways you can spend £3.
Very good fun. So now you've had a bit of time to think about it, what was it like to actually ride that crazy retro TT bike from 1993? Were there any bits where it actually felt really fast?
Yeah, sort of. I mean, I've never ridden a disc wheel before, I've never ridden a proper tri-bike, but like the bike as a whole is such a spectacle to behold. It is like a mishmash of the very best but worst, but also quite good of 90s aerotech. And actually, since filming the actual race itself, I got in touch with the guy who originally bought the bike. It was a guy called Mike English, who's I think he was quite high up in the British Triathlon Association. But he bought and commissioned that bike way back in '93, and he claimed that what he really found the benefit of the system to be was that after his cycling, he found himself far less beat up to go into the running section. So from that perspective, I can see the appeal of it, because the bike has what? 19mm tubs, and those 19mm tubs, like, they did not feel that narrow at all. You are really isolated from the road. Likewise at the front, though I think this was perhaps less of a design feature, the handlebars had like, I don't know, 2 or 3 centimeters of up and down flex at the front, which was alarming.
A scary amount of flex.
But again, it did actually make it really comfortable. So that genuinely surprised me.
Yeah, it was just very strange, but I was just worried you were going to crash and you didn't, so I was very happy.
Now obviously, everybody wanted to share in on the fun. You had a little go on the bike. What do you think?
I'd echo Jack's sentiments that the bar, super flexy, felt very strange. One place that did feel quite nice was just the position. Yeah, it felt like a nice kind of aero position.
And you're obviously in a little bit more of a modern machine. How did you find your beloved TCR?
Yes, the TCR, I've been riding that a lot recently. It is a bike I'm really coming to like. It's kind of got everything I want in it. I still quite like rim brakes on a dead fast road bike because they're just a bit easier to set up and maintain. They're also lighter. I guess that doesn't really matter much for TTs. It comes with an aftermarket power meter. The bike comes stock with a Shimano power meter, so that's really good for tracking your watts during the TTs and stuff like that, and it just fits me really well. And on the TCR I can get a modicum of aeroness to me, which is rare.
Which is remarkable for a man who is shaped like a broccoli on a bike, the least aero vegetable of all. Yeah.
So that concludes our TT special episode. We both had a lot of fun riding the Dave Lloyd time trial bike, and I'm sure it gave Jack the attention he desires whilst hanging out at the start.
Yes, it's the only reason I make these videos. Do anything for attention and Instagram followers. As always, we want to hear what you think. Do you have any ideas for any upcoming BikeRadar Diaries episodes? Is there something stupid you'd like to see us put ourselves through? Or do you have any questions about the bike? As always, leave your thoughts in the comments, and
don't forget to like and subscribe and click that little bell so that every time we upload a video, you get a notification.
bye!